Welcome back, Magic Family. This is another morning motivational session here at the Hearth's Edge. I am Nina, the Magic Mom, and I am oh so grateful that you are here sharing this Gemini new moon time with me. Now, the Gemini new moon today is at 16 degrees. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to pull a few cards. Also, we did a pick a pile reading or pick a card reading really yesterday. If you want to go back to that, it was great. I'll try to link it somewhere if I can. I also did put an info link. It's kind of spotty about today's information for the new moon. Hello, Angel. Good morning. I'm not sure what cards we're going to pull out. I might actually try and find the new moon and Gemini card in our Moonology deck. This is by Yasmin Boland. These are great. I'll just read it out of the book if I can't find the card. So let's sit here and we'll talk about this new moon in Gemini. Let me figure out my screen here really quick. Good morning, Taylor. So this new moon is really going to kind of affect you, especially if you have a lot of Mercury placements, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. This energy is going to be very fast. So if you find yourself jumping from thing to thing today, that is also going to be, well, either an obstacle or you're going to get a lot of shit done. I mean, it just depends on who you are. We also don't want to, right? And if you do 6624, it's 666, which is actually a really beneficial abundance number. I was going to link that too, but I totally forgot to put a link up for that. If you go to Joanne's Scribe, or what is it, Sacred Scribes angel numbers, and look up 666, it's great. I'll try to link it if I can after the live stream today. But okay, so we do not want to ignore our emotional triggers today, because if we do that, the energy is going to start to really stack up, because you're going to be going from thing to thing today. And none of us want to have any volcanic moments because we have not been properly processing things as they come up. So try to rein in the fight or flight. I know that's easier said than done, but we definitely want to do that if possible. What this energy is really going to be doing, though, is kind of showing you what is worth your time and where you can just skip it and move on, right? We'll just quickly go through the signs really fast, just because this is just a little fun tidbit that I found. So if you are an Aries, this new moon is going to bring a focus on communication and learning. And it's also a good time to start new projects or initiatives that involve networking and any type of education. If you are a Taurus, Taurus is going to feel a huge surge of energy right now in their finances, okay? This is a really favorable time for you to deal with anything related to money or even your personal values, because those are part of our abundance, and a little bit about our relationships too as well. If you are a Gemini, this is going to be particularly potent for you, obviously, because it is a Gemini new moon. So set powerful intentions, start any new adventures, and make sure you are expressing yourself creatively as much as possible. Let's see, who's next? Cancer. Cancers may find themselves kind of drawn, right? We're going to be doing a little bit of turtle action for you crabs. There's lots of introspection. There's a lot of reflection. This is also a good time for you to set any intentions having to do with your emotional healing and inner growth. I can totally see that. I'm married to a double Cancer, so I can see that happening. Leos, your new moon in Gemini is going to be very inspiring towards your social connections, your community involvement, and it's also great for collaborating on new projects. Virgo, you're going to feel this shift in your career sector. This is time to set new professional goals, maybe get a little bit of public recognition too as well. So good luck with that, Virgos. Libra, this is going to definitely have you focusing on your higher education and expanding your horizons and seeking new experiences. Those of you who are Scorpios. Scorpio, we're really going to feel this in deepening our emotional connections. This is also a good time to set intentions about intimacy, shared resources, and maybe even your own personal transformation if you are not part of a relationship per se. Sagittarius, you're also focusing on your partnerships and collaborations, but in a business sense. So definitely set your intentions there too as well. Capricorns, this new moon is going to have you focusing on your daily routines and your health habits. So it is definitely a great time to set any goals about your wellness or your productivity in general. Aquarius, you are going to feel a surge of creativity, mostly related to your self-expression, your hobbies, and maybe even a little bit of romance. Ooh. And then last, but in no way least, my Pisces friends. This is definitely going to bring a focus to your home and family life. This is definitely a great time to set intentions about your family harmony or even your general domestic harmony. And also any real estate endeavors. So if you have something going on that front, as far as big home moves, that is definitely where you want to go. So remember that with a Gemini new moon, that talk is cheap, right? She's really asking us to ramp up our communication styles, really be careful about the words that you're using. Hey, Kirsten, it's good to see you, honey. Have a safe trip to school. Have a good day. But I'm glad you popped in. Definitely writing anything down right now is going to be great as far as intention setting goes. Talking about any dreams that you're having is really powerful. Remember that in those ways, when you're talking about stuff and when you're writing things down, you're really communicating to yourself, the world around you, and the universe that you're ready for this expansion. But we also have to support the words with the deeds, right? So thought, word, deed, very important. Remember that your current behaviors are your current environment. Or your current reality, I guess. I mean, I guess environment applies too. So it doesn't really seem productive to say that you want to do all these things, but not change anything at all that you're doing. That's not going to fly. Okay, so follow up all of these things with some sort of an action, no matter how small it is. Okay. And then maybe ask yourself these questions right now to kind of narrow down what it is that you might need to kind of work with right now. Okay. So, what does your typical day look like? Right? How do you communicate with people? How do you spend spare time? What do you watch and listen to? Right? How do you treat your body? What do you do to earn money? How do you spend your money? How do you save your money? All of these things are going to be super important. So just kind of give yourself a little plan A and write down a bunch of things that you want to see happen, right? Or the things that you're focusing on during this time period. But remember that in everything you write and everything you speak, you're in some way manifesting yourself. So uh, definitely use your words to motivate your actions. Otherwise, it's just going to be a bunch of empty chatter. Okay. There's a lot of rituals and things that you can do too as well, but I'm not going to get into that today. Let's dive into our cards, shall we? First, I'm going to find the new moon in here for Gemini, and we'll read it out of the new moon book because I don't want to go through all the cards to find it, and it's just easier to do it this way. I might be able to kind of show you a picture of it, but I'm not sure if it's going to show up or not. You guys see that? Okay. Communication is key, right? So let's go ahead and read what this has to say. So remember that a successful relationship usually comes down to one thing: communication. And the new moon in Gemini card is all about the start of a new cycle for communicating with the person at the center of your question. So whether it be an actual relationship or just somebody that you really need to have a sit down with, it matters not, but that needs to happen. Okay. So remember that talking things through is the answer to whatever it is you're asking about. And if you can't talk to that person, you can journal about it to yourself. Remember that emails, text messages, and all forms of communication will also help you now. And if the issue you're asking about concerns a sibling or a neighbor, there's a new start coming. A time to wipe this slate clean and start over. This card could also suggest you've been too frivolous lately and need to get grounded again. But most importantly, drawing this card emphasizes the need to communicate. Okay. To attune to this moon, write a list of all the people you love most and see if you're prioritizing them. Ooh, that's a good exercise for us for today. Additional meanings for this card say it's time to tell someone how you feel. Don't be all in your head, not in your heart. We've been talking about that lately. Maybe somebody's flirting with you. Ooh. And that you need to read more books. That's always going to be my answer, though. Everybody always needs to read more books. So the teaching from the new moon in Gemini says that Gemini is a sign of communication and socializing of ideas and travel, and the energy around it and around this card, no matter when you pull it, is speedy, gossipy, and flirtatious, right? The new moon in Gemini is a wonderful time to get out and socialize. Gemini loves to chat. So one thing to be aware of is that this card can also indicate being mentally scattered. So daily meditations will help to unscramble cross wires in your brain, right? So again, they're kind of stating that whole thing again, right? We really need to get focused on what it is that we want to be projecting into our next section of reality, right? We're all kind of leveling up out of this. So look at those things that maybe are not helping you anymore and see how you can switch that up. Maybe you're spending too much time on social media and maybe you need to actually sit down and read a book, right? That's kind of me a little bit. And maybe, I don't know, your communication and your relationships with other people really needs to be worked on. Or, I mean, ... insert blank here, whatever it is that you happen to be working through that involves communication or possibly even looking into your finances. Okay. And I think that's going to be it for today, my friends. Let's close this out with a spiritual AF card because, well, honestly, I just really love these cards. They've been great. Facts, right? All right. So, to thine own ask be true, Magic family. Remember that the most common thing that holds people back from health and happiness is an unwillingness to be honest with themselves. True story. It's been unscientifically proven. So, owning who you are, what you struggle with, and where you want to be is the beginning of self-love and freedom. Kind of like when Sir Mix-a-Lot finally admitted that he likes big butts and cannot lie. His life blossomed after that. It's a true story, right? So there's another good questions to be asking ourselves, right? So are you owning who you are, what you struggle with, and where you want to be? We'll convene again tomorrow and compare notes, right? Because I bet for some of you, the where you want to be is definitely going to be the start of new adventures. So, to thine own ask be true, Magic family. All right. I love you all beyond measure. Thank you, as always, for joining me here in this space. It wouldn't be the same without you. And, well, remember, favor follows you wherever you go, as does our love. Follow up those words with action today, even if it's just writing it all out, right? Sometimes that's one of my favorite rituals. You write out all of the things that are stressing you out, and then you burn it. Scatter it in your yard. Maybe put it in a flower pot with a seed on top and cover it with some dirt and watch it grow, right? And somehow, magically, all of those worries are replaced with opportunities. And I wish nothing but the best for each and every one of you. So let's all take a very collective moment right here and wish for the best outcome for everyone. Bye now. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you all again tomorrow morning.